kind of be like our itinerary, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What's up, you plebheads? I'm Neil.
And I'm Jdog.
And welcome to Family Night. Now, Jdog, it's been a while since we've done something like this.
Yeah, a little while, but it's fun.
But there's been an awful lot.
I think the reason is because we've just been spending the last 3 months gaming.
We've been gaming our damn minds out.
We got Pig Hunter Gaming in the house tonight.
Pig Hunter Gaming's in the house for Family Night tonight. But now let's just kind of talk about the things we've done in the last, let's just say, 2 months. First of all, the no armor things kind of became, a thing.
Well, I think just Monster Hunter World in general back at the start of January was really a big kickoff for everything.
It was really hot, yes.
I mean, it lived up to it in my expectations. I've really had fun with it. We keep going back to it every time they release, every time they release new content, we go into it and go back to it for a while.
Absolutely. Same here, absolutely.
I'm enjoying that game.
Yeah, me too.
I thought it was a great way to start off the year.
I do too. That's the thing. Like, I compare the start of this year to the start of last year. What did we have? I think March was our first really big game release. We had Wildlands in there. I wasn't a big fan of it. But then in March,
to be fair, last year we had really good games at the start of the year. I mean, we had Resident Evil.
Okay, yep, Resident Evil 7 was how I started my year.
We had Nioh. We had Horizon Zero Dawn.
That's true, okay.
We had Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Well, I have to remember it, because sometimes I forget about some of those games.
The start of the year last year was really pretty great, I thought.
Yeah.
But it just completely fell off the planet.
I think there were 2 games for me last year that really made an impression. Like you said, Resident Evil 7 and come on, the bow and arrow. Horizon. Those 2 games really made a big impression on me last year.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 games that I remember most from last year. But now it seems so far removed. We got
the DLC from Dark Souls, didn't we, last year?
The Ring City.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember we were uploading videos to Dealer and the Beast last year in January, February, and March for how to survive some of those guys because we couldn't freaking figure it out.
Yeah.
It was so damn crazy.
So we had a good start to the year, but then just a complete disaster from the middle and the end.
So we kind of look back at 2017, right? And what did we really start in 2017? What was the big thing in March? Our first ever
No BS review. And
the game was
Prey. And
of course that kind of launched our thought of, well, why aren't we doing this? Something's missing for us,
I know. Isn't it the truth, Pig Hunter? When you have a game you're really excited for, it is so hard to stay away from watching videos or gameplays when that game is creeping towards release. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
But we look back at our first ever No BS review for Prey, and then we moved into games like Elex and The Surge, and all these other games that we've seen since then. And we kind of flash forward a year in 2 months. We've stepped away from our old channel, from our old obligations, and we moved to our own project. Now, this is Family Night. This is the discussion night, and we moved to the Balding Plebs, which is us, which is our channel. And I feel like our No BS reviews, our gameplays, our live streams, our reactions, people tell me they love our reactions. They tell me that that's the reason they sub, and it's what they look for. So, I feel like we've really kind of found our niche with those 3 or 4 kind of key points.
Yep, and I feel that we've made really great progress on the channel now. Over the last week, I know we were talking about this earlier, just the changes we made to our actual recording area and the way that we actually changed up our whole setup here is so much better. I cannot even tell you. Number one, we have a green screen that works and looks phenomenal.
Well, let me ask you.
And it's a $20 thing, and you guys can all do it at home if you do recordings at home. Bradley Mitchell's here for the unboxing. Good, you're going to see one.
Awesome, Bradley. Thanks for being here. But let me ask you this though, because this is really important to me. You look at things like this new green screen. I'm looking at it right here on the second game monitor right now, and there's nothing behind us.
Yeah.
How long have we wanted that? Yeah. Since we started this channel.
Yes.
Because I remember when we were doing our first couple reactions, we had the anime posters in the background, which is totally fine. I love having the anime posters in the background, but I've always wanted this. I've always wanted to have that. I always thought that was so cool.
I thought, a green screen would cost a significant amount of money and be something that we'd really not get for a while, but I mean, seriously, we created it with about 20 sheets of poster board, and it works very well.
Well, here's the thing. Now, the ones we looked at on Amazon, because being family night, we kind of get together with the family and we discuss the goings on with the channel. I mean, how many different things did you and I look at on Amazon? $119.99, $129.99, $139.99 with lights and a stand and a sheet, and it was like this big. Yeah. I mean, this whole freaking wall is covered. I mean, how cool is that, dude? Like, that's what we've been waiting for. Yep. We've got the quality webcam. We've got the 1070 Ti. We've got the 32 gigs of RAM. We got the i7 4790K. Like, we've got the PC to run the games. Mm-hmm. We've got the capture card as supplied by the PLEBHEADS.
Yep.
I mean, it's happening. It's coming together for us. This is what we've waited for. This is what we've needed to get us off the ground and get us moving. And we couldn't have done it without them, first of all. So first thing we want to do is thank the family, thank the plebs.
Yep.
For coming out and supporting us. And I know Rudy is in Discord right now, and I know Rudy's watching live. Rudy18, big supporter of ours, huge supporter of ours.
Actually got us running, pretty much got us off the ground single-handedly in a lot of ways.
Rudy and several others on that night. I think we did about $145 in donations in a half-hour span.
Yeah.
It really kind of said, hey, we believe in you guys. We like what you're doing. Keep doing it.
Yes.
And it pushed us to continue what we were doing.
Yeah. Now Rudy is really got us going with that capture card. That was awesome because that really changed. Before when we were streaming on the PS4 in our early days, we'd have a lot of issues with graphical glitching and whatnot,
and stuff like that,
whatnot in the actual games when we were doing 3D and more intensive games. We could never have done Monster Hunter World to the quality we did.
Oh, absolutely not.
You watch our God of War streams right now. I mean, they're really looking pretty great.
I tuned into your streams. I was on my way. I was sitting at the gym waiting for Gage to get there, waiting for Dealer to get there tonight. And I was sitting in the gym and I pulled up your stream and I was watching your stream and I'm thinking, God damn, this looks really great.
Yeah,
like this looks fantastic. This is what we needed.
Yes, I'm happy for that.
And
because it gives me a lot of confidence when I actually do the streams that I know it's going to look good to the people watching. Because I think that's important.
Oh, absolutely. So let's just break it down for a second. December, January, February, March, April, coming up into May. 6 months, 670 subscribers. I mean, what did we say when we first started the channel? 500 subs by the end of the year.
Yeah.
That's what you said to me.
Yep.
500 subs by the end of the year if we're lucky.
That's what I thought would be insane. I thought that would be best case scenario.
And here we are sitting at 670 subscribers in April.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Like, I'm honored to be able to say that.
Yep.
I mean that. I really, truly mean that. It's fantastic. It's been wonderful for us. So let's just kind of talk about real quick, because, again, we talk about family night. We talk about, being open with the subs and the plebs and all that stuff. So let's talk about for a second. Let's just break it down for a second. What do we really believe in here on the channel? My first and foremost thing is, if you ask me a question, I'm always going to tell you straight. If I think a game sucks, I'm going to tell you I think a game sucks. You know what I mean, Jdog?
Yeah.
And that's been important to me since the beginning. I've always wanted to be totally honest with people when it comes to that stuff. And sometimes it makes me popular. Sometimes it makes me unpopular, as we've seen with some of our Kingdom Come Deliverance content.
Yep.
And as we've seen with some of our, what the hell was that terrible game called? Hello Neighbor content.
Yep.
So, some of that stuff, and I think some people, they see it, and maybe they think to themselves, oh, I really like that game. It doesn't mean you can't like a game that I don't like. It just means I don't like it. It's not for me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yep, so I always try to be fair.
I always try to be honest. Like, when I pick up a game...
and a true thing, we do need to give Son Goku some major props for our channel art.
Yes, he did. Son Goku,
so
beautiful.
Those guys really did help us initially.
Yeah, and, we've been... And that's been a thing for us since the very beginning. It's always been important to us that we're able to have that stuff. And, if you look at our channel banner, if you click on our thing, you go to our actual channel, and you'll be able to see the Balding Plebs. And it's got, like, Stewie Griffin, and it's got Saitama from One Punch Man. It's got all these different, like, anime and cartoon and video game characters, and they've all got little, like, bald heads, like, they got all little balding heads, because they're not totally bald, because they got the little hair penciled in. So I thought that was really cool. When I first saw that, I was like, God damn, this looks awesome.
Yep.
So big shout out tonight to Son Goku for doing the channel art for us, did the icon, did our banner, and it was working on a t-shirt design too. However, we had some issues with DPI, so we couldn't really move forward with that.
If we ever do get that off the ground, though, we would actually love to have a channel, like a Balding Plebs channel shirt. So that is a goal too for us. Over the next, I'd say, few months, if we can actually get something that's going to work through Teespring, so that it can actually be, it's got to be the right quality.
It does.
Right? It does.
It does.
I mean,
like this here, the Salt is Here. That's just my Salty Hater shirt.
Yeah.
It's available on Teespring. Hey, if you want to buy one and support us, great. You don't have to. It's for me to wear when I'm giving my no BS reviews, triggering the fanboys.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Let's be honest. But
we would love to get a channel
absolutely.
shirt. Something that we can always wear. Because I would like that. I think it would be really cool to have.
And what's even more cool about it, what's even better about it, is that it was done by a plebhead, by a subscriber, by a supporter. Someone that can say, hey, the channel art they use for the Balding Plebs, I drew that.
Yeah, that's cool.
The 30 shirts they sold, I drew that art.
Really cool.
And dude, you put that on what the heck's that website called? The drawing website. Oh my God, how do I not know? DeviantArt. Put that on your DeviantArt. Hey, I did this for these guys. It reminds me kind of like of Lixian doing animations for like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, stuff like that. Those kind of things.
Sure.
Hey, all of a sudden we got guys doing channel art for us. I'm still waiting for the day somebody comes up to us and says, I want to animate that episode. I want to take the best clips, do an animated. I'll tell you what, right down the middle, 50. I think it would be so cool.
That would be.
I'll do the first episode for free and we'll talk from there. Like, I think that would be awesome. That's my goal. We've made it when somebody does a Jdog and Neo animated, like a Monster Hunter World or like a God of War or a Dark Souls or something.
That would be cool.
So that's definitely a kind of like a hope for me in the future. I think.
And in the super long term, God, would I love to be at a con someday.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
PlebCon coming to a convention center near you.
Well, like that's the thing. I was talking to Dan Van earlier, and we got talking about what the frick's it called? ASUN. And of course, J Hops and the crew are going back to ASUN this year. Dan is not going. I'm also not going. But I told Dan, I'm like, if we were going this year, I'd probably be like kind of surprised if somebody didn't recognize me.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, chances are somebody of that 4,000 or 5,000 or 6,000 people is going to know me, especially in Chicago, of all places. So.
Well,
APK, let's see what did APK do for our channel. He subscribed, he views, he's on the live streams, he's in the hangouts, he's done videos with us, he's been in videos, he played Warframe with us. No, he never done nothing for the channel. I don't know. Who's APK? I don't know.
No, I know.
Who's APK?
I don't know APK.
Who's that? I mean, he's even a subscriber? I mean, I don't know what that is. Sometimes I think maybe he just watches it and actually surprised.
The people that subscribe and that are active in the live streams do a lot for the channel APK.
They do more than you know.
So that's always fun. Like I said, I've said this a lot of times. It's awful boring to sit here and talk to a screen with nobody else on the other end. So it's awesome to have people in the live streams with us, making it fun.
What was that? Do you remember back when I was on Dealing the Beast and we would do like live? I would do live streams. Literally nobody would watch, and if somebody watched, it was like a 3-second thing.
Yeah.
Or like a hey, and I'm like, hey, how's it going tonight? And then they would never respond. It's like, I have 450 subscribers. Why is nobody watching? Like, what's going on? We didn't have an active fan base that knew what they should be watching and what they shouldn't be watching, so they didn't watch anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I think that's kind of what happened there. But I'm not trashing the channel. Hey, it helped get us to where we are. I'm grateful to it. I'm grateful to the opportunity, and I learned a lot from it.
Yep. And it is really nice to have people interacting with us on the live streams, being a part of the channel. That is the best part of this for me, by far. My favorite part of it.
People will come on and they'll say, hey, I loved your Monster Hunter World reaction. Dude, thanks for sharing. How are you tonight? Stuff like that. Like, I think that's so cool, and I love to hear that kind of stuff. And, so yeah. I mean,
What is the very short-term next thing we want to do? The number one thing we need to do is get one more legitimate gaming chair.
Because right now I'm sitting in your chair.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Well, because I was gaming earlier.
I mean, you could get up and switch.
Well, I could, but I'm not going to.
I did go to the gym tonight. I'm kind of sore.
Yes, Rudy, I do remember we had 140 viewers on our Monster Hunter World Hype streams. Those were amazing. Yep. Yeah, that was just insane.
They were crazy.
That was cool.
Very good times.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah. This is the next thing for the channel. Is a second legitimate gaming chair.
And I got it as well. While we're giving a shout out to Rudy, I have to give a shout out to Nestle Quick. 2 mega donations the other night. Oh my goodness, dude. Basically, like, half bought your chair for you.
Yeah.
Which I thought was incredible. It was a great feeling. It was an awesome feeling. And, you know, Taylor and I, we've been friends since middle school, early high school days. So it was really cool to see somebody.
Oh, by the way.
Tonight's
we drank a little Nesquik
brought
for
to
you.
By Nestle Quick, yep. It was really cool to have somebody that I kind of grew up with and got to know that way even later in life. Now, this is 8 years after I got out of college, come in and, you know, reconnect with me. And the cool part was I Facebook called him the next morning and had a chance to chat with him and reconnect with him and just thank him personally. That was really cool.
Cool.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Yep.
All right, so that's probably the next thing you guys will notice for the channel here is going to be a second gaming chair. And that should really set us up, I think, for it to be a lot more comfortable for both people. Because we have been actually doing longer sessions, right? You know, a lot of the streams at the start of the channel, I remember being like 30 to 45 minutes because they were either on bad connection. We had the really bad internet when we first started. Remember that way back before we upgraded the internet? We had like the shit internet.
So bad.
So you'd basically have 35, 40 minutes. Your internet would start our internet would start shitting out a little bit. So now we're starting to do longer sessions. I mean, you see, for you guys watching the God of War streams,
3.5 hours the other night.
I'm into that game. I'm really enjoying it.
That was 3.5 hours last night.
You're getting 2.5 to 3.5 hour streams. I got to be comfortable, you know, for that time.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So when I've got this awesome chair, I am. But if I'm in the second chair, and if Neo, of course, is joining me on stream and he's trying to enjoy the stream.
I can suck it up because I've got a headset over here and I've got Dark Souls in front of me, so I don't really care.
You can suck it up, but it certainly isn't as nice as being this bad boy right here.
Yep, it's not as nice. It certainly is not as nice.
So that's going to be a major thing that we need to do to make it so that, you know, 2 people can comfortably be on stream for longer periods of time.
Absolutely.
Right? Because that is our goal. So, that being said, I mean, what a start to the year, gaming-wise. Am I right or am I right?
Before we get into this discussion, I want to invite any patrons that are viewing to get into the Discord and come into the live chat with us. Respectfully, of course, I know Rudy18 is listening and watching tonight. I'd love to have Rudy join us, and I'd actually love to have Rudy join us for this part, if that's okay with you.
That's always okay.
I think that's, I want to make sure we continue to do that. Rudy, if you're watching, we'd love to invite you in to do a live chat with us here, kind of talking about the first half of the year and maybe what's coming up towards the second half. But kind of going off that point that you just made, when Monster Hunter World dropped, did you ever think that it would be as good as it was for us? For us, because we really enjoyed it.
Well, you know, the thing is they released 3 betas for it, and we played the hell out of those betas, and it was like, I love the betas. That saved, like, the second half of 2017 for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something to do.
2017 was really dead for us.
And I'm just like, wow, these betas are phenomenal. This is great. Yeah. And I thought the game really lived up to it. So, yeah, it really kind of was up there. I had high expectations for it.
Yeah, me too.
Very high expectations based on the beta, and it did live up to it as far as I was concerned. And they're still releasing content for it. They're still supporting it. Even after they've sold and got money for 7 million copies. Yeah. Or more by now, and they're going to do a PC release. So we continue to get new quests. We continue to get new content. Swolger Nation's in the house. Awesome. Nice to have you, Soldier.
Soldier Nation, great to have you here. Thanks for joining tonight for Family Night, where we discuss the past, the current, and coming into the future here for the channel. Some things we're up to. We're going to have a live unboxing here coming up of some anime and manga. My birthday present from Jdog. And then...
it's Neo's birthday tomorrow. We're going to have fun tomorrow night.
Birthday tomorrow.
For you guys watching. We have
I got to download those videos yet.
We have a fun stream planned for tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. We really planned it out.
Well, at least it's going to be fun for me.
Jdog says, oh, you shut up.
It's going to be very fun for me.
I refuse to act like I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, so...
Oh, no question.
You know, Monster Hunter World really started off for me as a really great start to the year.
Yes, it did.
The thing is...
It didn't stop
A part of me just wished that game would have released in, like, June of 2017. In a way.
Oh, I know.
Because it would have carried me through a lot of 2017.
God, 2017 sucked.
And in 2018, I've just discovered so many more games. I mean, I am not kidding you guys.
Well, while that's on your mind, one thing I just want to say, The Forest has its official 1.0 release tomorrow, which is my birthday.
Nice.
I don't know if I'm going to be playing it tomorrow because I'm probably not, but I am going to be downloading and updating it, and then I think Sammy and I are actually going to start a new game and play a little bit of it together on the 1.0 release.
So it's some of these games, you know, they're finally getting into, you know, yeah, Rudy, I think what we'll have to do is probably pick a game of the year that's not, I'm thinking, you know, we probably have to pick a game of the year that's not Monster Hunter World.
Well, I think there needs to be, I think when we do Game of the Year this year, there needs to be Game of the Year, Monster Hunter World, and there needs to be Game of the Year that's not Monster Hunter World. No, seriously, and I think that's fair, because I don't think we can deny the, the impact that it had on our gaming this year.
Yeah, and I think the best part of Monster Hunter World is just because we built a community really around it. You know, that was really the game that we used to really build our channel.
Absolutely.
We've had the chance to play with so many of the people on the channel that it's just been probably the most fun I've had gaming in a long time.
And it has been.
So it's just hard not to already think that's going to win it. I mean, but that being said, I mean, look at some of the other games we've played in 2018. Now, I know technically Subnautica wasn't released in 2018. But, for me, it's one of the best games I've ever played. And I played it this year for the first time. Best games I've ever played.
I think best games you've ever played, but I think with updates it can be even better.
It's one of the best games I've ever played without updates.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how good it was for me. God of War, I'm absolutely loving that game. Absolutely loving it. A legitimate contender for me right now. It is. For me, it is. I am loving it 100%.
Well, here's the thing. Speaking of God of War, real quick, and then I want you to continue. I think it's going to be interesting when we do our No BS review on God of War, because I think what I have to say about it might surprise you. I really do, and I think it might surprise a lot of the viewers too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, 15 hours in, you see me playing it. I can't stop when I'm playing the damn thing, and that's the thing. That's how I know I'm in a game I really like. I just cannot stop playing it.
How to judge a good game? Does Jdog get a phone call from mom and dad while he's playing it and ignore the phone call?
Yeah.
If he ignores the phone call, it's a good game. If he doesn't ignore the phone call, it's meh. Plays Demon Souls, ignores the phone call. Plays Dark Souls, ignores the phone call. Plays God of War, ignores the phone call. Plays Monster Hunter, ignores the phone call. That's how you know the good games.
Yeah. So it's...
You just don't give a shit. You just can't stop playing.
It's got lots of little areas to find. It's got like a good Horizon Zero Dawn vibe to it. It's got a lot of Tomb Raider elements.
It has so many HZD vibes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it does.
So, yeah.
But, you know, they're talking about Last of Us Part 2 in the chat. I mean...
And Anthem and DayZ.
You know, so there's so much going on this year. I'm having a blast with the games I'm playing. I haven't played a lot of them I haven't liked. The worst experience for me, okay, outside of Kingdom Come Deliverance, I've really thought that was poor for $60, I'll be honest with you. But I didn't play it. You did.
What's the best game ever? No. Oh!
So, Well, if you're still on the fence about God of War, Rudy, just keep watching my live streams. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I hope I'm giving you enough to go by on whether or not you think you're going to enjoy it or not. So I'd say Kingdom Come Deliverance for me is the biggest letdown because of the price tag. And I really struggled to enjoy watching you play it.
Which says something.
Yeah. And Swords of Ditto didn't really do it for me either. And that was one I was actually really excited for.
Swords of Ditto sucked.
So that was kind of a letdown for me. I wanted that to be better. And I'm not sure if I just didn't understand the game correctly or didn't give it enough of a chance. It's a possibility. But I struggled with that one. And I wanted it to be better. So that's kind of where I'm at with games right now.
$30 is still too much, Rudy.
You know, what was the other... What other games did we have?
Oh, hey, what about... and this is actually a game I might want to check out a year from now. What about Hunt Showdown? Remember that?
Yeah.
And remember how we triggered that Twitch streamer because we said the game sucked and he got all crybaby-ish on Twitter and said he apologizes for anybody that saw our video?
Yeah.
Had to be a crybaby about it because he can't handle telling people that a game sucks?
Well, whatever.
Dude,
I mean,
Hunt
Showdown could actually be good.
It could be, but it's not now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and remember... Dude, that's the thing, though. Like, we didn't even think of Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah, I can't even remember playing that. That's how bad that was.
I try not to remember playing it.
Has anybody done the Detroit Become Human demo yet?
We should stream
I
that.
saw that demo was live, and I can't get my head around that game. Like, what the fuck is that even about? Is it an LA Noire style thing? Where you like just talk and shit, or like is there a action or what? Because there's like no screenshots, it's just like faces, and I cannot get my head around that. But of course everybody's hyped to the moon for it because that's what you do now. You hype the hell out of every game. $60 out the window. You know, whether it's good or not is irrelevant.
And the gamers won't stand up for themselves as a group.
Yeah, we did it with EA with Battlefront, so why don't we do it with the rest of these games?
Stand up for yourselves. I don't get it.
I mean, I don't mind.
But then the people that do stand up for themselves, all of a sudden, we're assholes.
How much would I be willing to pay for Warframe APK? I'm not sure. They'd have to change the model so that you don't have to pay to win. I thought the game actually played fine.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Warframe does play fine, and with people, it's fun for me.
Hunter Hardy is in the house.
Hunter Hardy, welcome tonight.
Take a minute and chat about Warframe and Swords of Ditto. I just got to hit the bathroom before we continue this.
Okay, so let's talk about those two games. Number one, I know I haven't played a lot of Warframe APK lately, but because I've just been on like so many other games. The way Warframe's set up right now, it's really a pay-to-win model, or pay-to-proceed model, or play with somebody else who's a higher level, like you're helping me. So for me, it feels okay because I have your help, but it would require a lot of grinding without that, I think. But I actually don't mind the way the game plays at all. So I am actually okay with Warframe. If that was a game that was released for $30 and was tuned to be a game that you could complete without paying more than that, yeah, I think it's worth it. And Swords of Ditto Pig Hunter, unfortunately for me, I don't know if I just didn't understand the game or what. And then again, Neo and I really struggled to get the controls right with a keyboard and controller, and it really kind of ruined our play session, I would say. So I'm not giving up on Swords of Ditto 100%. I am keeping it on my watch list. If I can get it for $10 on PS4, I might.
But you know what? We talked about this during the video for Swords of Ditto. This is a game that wasn't released on PS4 and then brought to PC, or released on PC and then brought to PS4. It's a game that was released on both at the same time.
Yeah.
So it should have been spec'd to have somebody playing keyboard and mouse and somebody playing controller. And there should have been options, and those weren't there day one, and they should have been there.
Yeah.
Especially in a $20 game, like it or not. And people talk about, well, you need to support these indie developers, and you need to do this, and you need to do that. No, we need to demand better. That's the problem.
Yeah, I was hoping for a better experience. That's all I'm going to say. It didn't... It should have been better. There was just a lot about that game that annoyed me, to the point where by the end of it I was like, okay, I'm kind of ready to be done.
But there were some good things about it too.
There were. The look of it is great. I love the Zelda look. But I really struggled, I think, to understand the game enough to really probably give it enough of a chance. I'm keeping it on my watch list, so I'm not giving up on it 100%.
I think if we get it $5 in a PS4 sale, we'll play it together and stream it on PS4.
Yeah, I want it on PS4 so we have 2 controllers, and I think it's just going to play better on PlayStation. I don't know why, but
yeah, so that's how I feel about that. I mean, I hear all this stuff about give a game a chance, give it 10, 15 hours, do this, do that, learn the controls, do some research. The game needs to do its job too.
Yeah.
You don't let the developers be lazy for the sake of putting all the responsibility in the player. There's some responsibility on the developer and the game's end too.
Yeah, and that's how I feel too. Like, if a game forgoes quality game design, then for me it's really a letdown.
Yeah.
A game should teach you enough about it that I'm not telling you it should hold your hand. I'm not saying it should like guide you through every little single step, but it should teach you enough through playing it that you're going to be able to understand what you need to do and how you go about doing it, if that makes sense.
I agree.
And when games don't do that, that's when I start to really get annoyed. And that's usually when I start to stop playing them.
Well, to me, I find it's lazy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry if
game design
want to say it.
is the number one most important thing in video games for me. How the game plays, and is it fun, and is it engrossing? For the most part, I mean, again, guys, we grew up playing on NES, Sega Genesis, things like that. So for us, the graphics we're getting now, I mean, there's not very many games we play with bad graphics. Yeah. Let's be honest. Okay, there's not many games we play with bad sound, right? And so, all these reviews, they talk about graphics and sound, and they almost always have good graphics and sound, for people that have been playing games for 20 plus years like us, 25 plus years. I mean, when we were gaming, we were, playing with sprites, right? Little bitty 2D things you'd jump around the screen on, original Mario, right? Or Sonic the Hedgehog.
When I moved up to Final Fantasy VIII on PC, I thought the squall was as realistic as could ever get.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Yeah. So, again, every iteration of graphics for us is great graphics. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, some games do look better than others. Don't get me wrong. But we don't really see a lot of games where it's like, oh, the graphics are the reason this game is bad. Almost never.
Very rarely.
But for me, it's all about gameplay. It's all about fun factor. Do I enjoy playing it? Does this have enough to keep me playing through to the end? A lot of games start off fun, or they start off interesting, but they really get repetitive.
They dog down.
Or they get boring, or they just get like the same old shit over and over, and nothing is new and fresh and interesting. So, that being, when I'm playing a game, if I finish it all the way through,
that's good.
That's an important part for me. I've got to feel that way. So that's just some of the stuff I look for when we talk about games. Yeah, Rudy, that's a good point. You could talk Far Cry 5 for repetitiveness, for a game that certainly looks good and sounds good.
Oh, looks fantastic
and
sounds great,
but has a lot of repetitive, a lot of
same old shit.
You could say it about Assassin's Creed in a lot of ways. Halo kind of falling into that. Even Gears of War in a lot of ways. It's kind of like
Gears of War 4.
Call of Duty. I mean, it's like the same game every year.
Well, Halo for me is a dead franchise. Like, you can like it. I loved the first Halo. It's still one of my favorite games ever. I played through it like 7 times on the PC. But I'm just done.
Yeah.
I'm just done. I don't need to play it anymore.
Yes. So it just depends on what you're looking for, and I understand that. And everybody's got their own opinion on what's going to be, what's going to be their cup of tea, so to speak, right? Maybe not a lot of people want to play through Dark Souls 4 times or 5 times, whereas for me, going through New Game plus is a great experience.
Well, I mean, we were on the 3rd New Game Plus,
3rd or 4th, yeah.
Yeah,
and it's a great experience.
And we were like soloing the final boss and making a challenge out of it, and we found it very fun.
But it's not for everyone.
No, it's not.
So yes, understanding that is important.
Yeah.
So, I look forward to, speaking of Dark Souls, I actually just discovered Demon Souls for the first time. I was looking at the receipt inside the box. November 2012.
Yep.
We bought that game.
Yeah, I remember when we played it the first time.
November 2012. So we've had the game for almost 6 years.
Yeah.
And I'll admit it right here, I was not a big fan of the PS3. I thought that was a shit system.
The reason I was a fan of it is because it was backwards compatible. Otherwise, I didn't give a shit about it.
Yeah.
And it played my Blu-rays.
So the PS3 was really, really a system that I thought was not that great. At the time, Xbox 360 seemed to have a lot more games. It had, in my opinion, better games. You look at Halo 3, you look at Gears of War 2. Those were games that we were really enjoying.
Yeah, I agree.
And in a lot of ways, it had the Dark Souls games, which Xbox 360 had that Dark Souls game. PlayStation had it as well. But most of the games on PlayStation you could get on Xbox. Most of them. So we were big Xbox 360 people at the time. So we have a PlayStation 3. But I really had bought it to play Metal Gear 4. And that's pretty much the only game on PlayStation 3 I ever played, if I remember right. Maybe 1 or 2 others, maybe a little Uncharted. 1 and 2, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah, you did.
But we owned Demon Souls. I think you played it a little bit. I might have watched you, I think.
We played for about, how long was on that save? It would have still been on there.
I don't remember.
I think it was like 3 or 5 hours.
Okay, so we had Demon Souls, and I think one of the big reasons that we didn't move forward with it is
couldn't play together.
We weren't able to play together because we only had the one system. So it's been sitting on our bookshelf for literally 5 years, probably.
Yeah. 6.
And I don't know. I hooked up the PS3 the other day, and I threw in Demon Souls, and I hooked it up, and I mean, this is a freaking phenomenal game, people. I ain't kidding you. And it holds up. The gameplay holds up. We're talking about a game that's made almost a decade ago. Mm-hmm. And it's like the Dark Souls I didn't know existed. Or knew existed in theory, but didn't realize existed in practice. You've got the same sort of environments that loop back over each other with the same, a lot of shortcuts. You've got the interesting enemy placements. You have the crafting and upgrade systems. You have almost basically Dark Souls by a different name. That's what you have.
I mean, it did precede it. Yes.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that it was that cookie cut. I mean, I didn't realize Dark Souls was that.
How did you not?
That close to Demon Souls. I thought Demon Souls was significantly different. So maybe that was my mistake because I didn't do my research. Right? So, anyway, I played Demon Souls, people, and I love it. I love it. And
maybe in the week before the launch of the remaster for Dark Souls, we can do like hype nights. We'll do one night where we're playing Demon Souls, another night where we're playing Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition, stuff like that.
I'm actually thinking, I am really on God of War right now. I'm telling you that right now. I am really high up on God of War, so I am going to be playing the hell out of that game for the next month. I'm going to say it right now. But I want to stream some Demon Souls for you guys. If you haven't played it, if you haven't played it for a while, man, what a game.
Pretty fucking good.
I love it. And the servers are down, so I'm going through it solo. So
can you summon in that game?
You could, but the servers are down.
No,
now.
Can you summon like NPCs?
I think you can still summon NPCs, yeah. But I do want to stream some of that for you guys. We have the Dark Souls remaster coming up in May.
May 25th.
It's a day one for both of us. So we are going to day one that game because I think it's going to be a lot of fun to get back into Dark Souls.
Oh, yeah.
I am looking for a wonderful 60 frame a second experience.
Oh, because as soon as the monsters get any distance away, even on the Prepare to Die edition, it's...
Well, and Demon Souls really suffers from it too. Oh my god, the frame rate stutters in that game are unbelievable.
Yep.
Like, when it happens, you're just like, oh, just... fuck.
Just fuck you, PS3.
So, I think it'll be really cool to see that.
Rudy, if you want to join us in live chat, you're more than welcome to. We'd love to have you here. Breaking away from that for a second, I did kind of start a new game on the Prepare to Die edition the other day, and goddamn, that is still fun.
I want to ask Pig Hunter something. I gotta talk to Pig Hunter Gaming here a second.
Okay.
Now, Pig Hunter, you are borderline crazy about Kingdom Hearts. Now, I have Kingdom Hearts. What do I have upstairs?
Whatever the HD 2.5, whatever, 1.5, whatever remix thing is on PS, what is it, PS4 or PS3?
Yeah,
PS4?
I think it's PS4.
It's PS4, yeah.
Got it as a gift.
Birth by Sleep or whatever.
Still in the shrink wrap. Never opened it. So I gotta know. Kingdom Hearts. I mean, a lot of people love this game. So I gotta hear about it. What do you like about it? Is it...
I'll sit in the corner and be quiet. I'll hold my tongue.
Because I gotta know. Is it a time battle or is it an active battle system? And is it random encounters or do you see the enemies?
I think you see most of the enemies.
So I'm kind of asking around on that one because I do have Kingdom Hearts remix. So again, I don't know when I'm gonna get to it, but I do have it.
You probably never will. So that's just reality.
You know, it's insane right now. I could game 24 hours a day for probably a month straight and maybe get through what I need to get through right now.
APK wants to know what happened to Far Cry Primal.
What happened to it?
And its name is Monster Hunter World.
Monster Hunter World happened to a lot of games we were playing. So.
Yeah.
Okay, they spawn in when you're in the world. Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you mean spawn in, like Final Fantasy VII style, where you like don't see them and you just go into battle,
Well,
or
you can see enemies on the screen?
like they spawn and you just fight them real time?
All I remember is the final boss battle. It was
Okay, it says Final Fantasy 15.
Oh yeah, so
Which would be active battle, right?
yeah, you can see them.
Okay.
So it was like, I remember the final boss battle. It was either Kingdom Hearts 1 or Kingdom Hearts 2, where you're like flying through the air and like shooting all kinds of like golden shit at this big flying like creature or whatever. And I remember watching somebody play it, and these guys were so hyped up over it, like they would not shut up. Like every time they hit him with a big move, oh, like they just blew their shit every time, right? And I'm sitting there watching this like, did you kill him yet? No, I mean, not that the cutscenes were cool, the characters were cool. I like the characters. I love how they bring Disney into it. I thought that was really awesome. But
Data Hermit, oh my god, where have you been?
So
I finally got Jaws back on stream the other night.
Yeah,
he's been missing in action.
Now
for like
Data Hermit's back, but so I just found myself wanting more from it. I think I don't think I hated it. I just found myself wanting more from it.
Well, so
and of course, everybody jumps all over me when I say that. But again, it goes back to my curse on this channel. Like, I always want to be able to tell you how I feel, whether you agree or disagree.
Yep. So I just wonder. So what in Kingdom Hearts is kind of the selling point for you guys? Is it the mix of Disney and Final Fantasy, or what is it specifically that's the real selling point for you guys? Is it the combat? Is it the storyline?
I fucking miss Data Hermit.
Yeah, dude, where is he? Finally back. Oh, okay. So it just looks like it has a lot of content in it. Okay, well that's cool.
APK wants to know if we're only going to do PS4 and PC games.
Well, APK, what other games would you suggest?
As far as multiplayer games go, we're probably not going to buy an Xbox subscription.
Yeah, we don't have Xbox Live anymore, so it's probably going to be PS4. Yeah,
PS4 and PC.
I mean, what else would there be?
Moroshi-sama is in the frickin' house, dude.
No. Oh my
frickin'
god,
Lord Moroshi! It's family night.
They're alive. I'm in Czech Republic. What? Cool.
20 miles from the monastery mission. God damn it, Data Hermit. Don't remind me of that trash. Real life monastery mission.
Oh, that's cool. Well, that's awesome, Data Hermit. I am glad you're doing well, though. Combat and storyline, complex as it is, has a pretty fleshed out story at this point. 10 games. Okay. Well, that's cool to know, Pig Hunter. Yeah, I mean, when you get your heart into a series, I mean, that's the key.
And, you know, look at what 420 says. Neo sucks. I mean, it was the first game he ever beat.
Ah.
So that was
Nice.
pretty cool. That was pretty cool. You definitely remember those games.
Digimon for PS4.
The Cyber Sleuth.
Ah. Are you playing the Cyber Sleuth game, APK? Because I saw that on the store the other day. And I just kind of wondered what you thought about it. I actually thought of you when I saw that. I was like, oh, I think that's the one APK's playing.
Yeah. You know what game growing up, speaking quick while we kind of let the plebs chat a little bit, you know what game growing up that I just frickin' adored was Dragon, what the hell would it have been? Was it Dragon Warrior Monsters or Dragon Quest Monsters, where you ran around and you had 3 different monsters and you could breed them? It was on Game Boy Color, and you could breed them. Remember, I played the shit out of that thing? And it was like turn-based attacks, and you'd fight these bosses throughout the game, and then sometimes they'd join you and you could breed them to create new monsters. I loved that game. When I finally beat that on Game Boy, I was a kid. I was like 15, 14 years old. I was like, oh my god! It was so cool.
Oh, it's Hacker's Memory.
It was so cool.
Cool. Dragon Quest Monsters. Have Rudy.
Get up by the Hydra's back.
Oh, you get to fight Sephiroth?
Yeah.
Well, hell, that might make it worth it right there.
Sephiroth. He's overrated. Everybody loves him because he's so evil.
I don't know about Cyberpunk 2077, Miroshi. My next focus, the next game we're getting, is Dark Souls Remastered.
Yes, I had Dragon Quest Monsters Joker, and the only reason I bought it was because it sounded like a rebuild of Dragon Quest Monsters, which I freaking loved.
So we're gonna see.
Yeah, you fight Sephiroth all the time in those games.
Brutal.
Yeah,
that
he's obviously hard.
Yeah,
he's like the most
fun
iconic
fight.
character. He's super hard.
He is my favorite bad guy of all time. I can't think of anybody else that really has that evil down quite as well as he does.
Because that was back when games put the time into building their characters. Like, as much as I love Final Fantasy VIII, it's my favorite Final Fantasy, Cypher was a bitch. Mm-hmm. Sephiroth would have killed him day one. Yeah. And, like, I remember when you kill him in 8, I was just like, big fucking deal. Who cares? He didn't do anything worth remembering. It's not like he killed Renoa or something. Mm-hmm. Or it's not like he killed Selphie or killed the headmaster or bombed your garden. Like, that would have been different. He was just a bitch. He was a pawn.
Yeah.
He was never anything special. Sephiroth, for as much as I might talk some shit, at least he was the final boss in 7. Mm-hmm. At least he was a challenge.
He had the anger down. He had the right vibe.
And his final boss fight was actually pretty fun. And when you go into like that soul realm to fight him one-on-one and your limit gauge just slowly fills, I'm like, oh, some shit's gonna hit the fan. It was so cool. It was a cool fight. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I'm not sure.
I had Jeremy Rabeski. I had him give me his save data. I had Knights of the Round. I had all the shit. He had got me everything, Gold Chocobo, all that stuff. I had beaten the weapon that was underwater, but I could never beat Ruby Weapon. But so I ended up getting through the game. I ended up beating the game, and the ending was so much fun.
Well, let me ask you something now. Is it Akiba's Trip or is it Akiba Strip?
It's Akiba's Trip, but more commonly known as Akiba's Strip.
Well, I know
they're
doing a Final Fantasy VII remake, like legit remake, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of something I might actually consider. That Akiba strip game is on sale quite often on PS4, so maybe...
You're not even allowed to comment on that game. I'm going to buy the anime and make you watch it.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm going to make you watch it. I'll get it on, if you want to play it. It's a couple years old now. I'll get it on Steam and we'll play it for a couple hours, do a live stream of it. Just watch you lose your shit.
I don't know.
Beating girls' clothes off.
Anyway.
Shut up, Jdog.
Shut up, Neo.
Shut the fuck up, Jdog.
So, no, we have too many games right now. We'll wait. Next time we have a major turn down in gaming where like there's nothing good coming out for a couple months.
We'll just do no armor runs in Monster Hunter World. We'll play something else.
We'll possibly look into streaming some of these other games in our backlog because holy man, like I said, I could game for 24 hours a day for a month straight and maybe be caught up with everything I need to do.
Well, okay, so what were our two ideas? Yes, I've seen some of Steins Gate. It was a little too much for me, a little too serious at times. But Steins Gate is a mindfuck. It is. Dealer loved it.
What?
Steins Gate.
Oh. Next
time you see him, just do 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 do, and he'll start crying. What was I going to say? Okay, so what were our initial two ideas for the birthday stream tomorrow? The one I was pitching was No Armor Neo versus everybody in Monster Hunter World all the way through Nergigante. And then you were like, well, we were going to do this instead. So what are we doing instead for the birthday live stream tomorrow? We should announce that now while people are actually watching.
We're reacting to Neo's old videos. It's going to be really funny for me.
I hate you so much, Jdog. Yes, Princess Jaya is alive and well.
He's alive and well. Yep. She. No, what do you mean it's on pause? No. I like fanfic.
Remember when we went on our date? When Neo and Princess Jaya went on a date and my pussy got all sandy?
Yeah, it was funny.
I mean, that was so funny. Hey, you know who I haven't seen in a while, in a couple weeks now? Is our buddy Dick Ryder.
Oh, where is... Well, he's pissed because you were able to complete that Devil Show fight. So
yeah, he lost a lot of money on that fight.
He did.
He lost 10 million pleb coins.
Yep. Dick Ryder is poor now for a while.
He's paying off debt right now to the what's the bad guys in Kingdom Come Deliverance? Shows how much attention.
I can't remember.
The game was so bad. 4. Princess Jaya.
So we'll see.
So instead, tomorrow night
we're reacting to
for the birthday live stream. We'll be hanging out, having fun. Probably later on in the evening. Then we're gonna do the live stream. We're gonna do reacting to my old videos. So these will be videos specifically from my old channel, Dealer and the Beast.
Oh boy, is that gonna be fun for me. They're really great, guys. This is some of the highest quality video content you'll ever see.
Shut up. Shut the hell up, Jdog. Though I was, you know how I know? You know how, like, you know, we talk about don't act for YouTube, right? You know how I know I was trying way too hard to get attention on that channel?
Oh, Neo.
I have a video on there titled Dead by Daylight, a must play. Buy this now. Amazing game, so much fun.
No. But you didn't believe it.
I don't know. I don't know if I believed it or not, or if I was just trying to get fucking attention. Like, yeah, you'll see what I mean. Like, it was a legit good episode where I actually survived, like, a match, and I actually won a match. I opened the door, and I got out, and I escaped, and I was, like, celebrating, and I was so excited. But, like, I look back on it, and I'm like, and then I didn't have fun playing it after that. It was like a one-and-done thing for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, God, Pig Hunter. No, you got to email him to the baldingplebs@gmail.com.
Goku, by the way?
Well, here's the thing. 420. Speaking of Steins Gate, Dealer has seen the whole thing, and he told me it's just a fantastic show, and I have to watch it. So I may go back in and try and watch it. It's just I've become so busy with the channel that most of the anime I watch at night now is just mindless because I just don't have the ability to sit there and focus at 9:30, 10:30, 11:30 at night anymore. I just can't do it. And if I'm going to watch a show like that, I really want to be able to, like, get myself... I really want to be able to dive into it. So, that's the reality of it. That's the truth of it.
All right, let's open this up. Let's get on with it. I want to go watch some of this. What?
Plebs come first. This shit comes second. So... What did you ask me the other day? What do you want for your birthday? And I was like, I didn't know what I wanted. I'm like, oh, I have this package coming from Right Stuff. Why don't you just give it to me?
That was a great video, APK. And then we were going to do another 420 subscriber special on this channel, and then we blew past that number too fast. And
then all of a sudden, it's like 500 subscribers. I'm like, fuck Jdog, we can't even do 420 anymore.
That was one of our best subscriber specials.
Yes. That was one of our most creative videos. Hey man, is that weed? No, it's grass. Fuck it.
Good video.
That was a good time.
High quality video.
That was high quality YouTube right there.
High quality.
Well, I think that was the first in YouTube history, actually.
Great video.
What about our 100 subscriber or 200 subscriber special on this channel? The Mega Crate, the Giga Crate.
Oh.
You remember that?
Yeah.
I know Data Hermit wants a subscription to that.
Yeah. The Giga Crate. Wow. Okay, so
let's do this.
And
then Jdog said he would give me this package for my birthday. This is an anime and I believe a manga. Hopefully they're both in here. I don't typically buy manga because I'd rather watch the anime. Yes, I'm aware that there is a meme going around of the guys from, is it the Orange County Choppers, where the one guy's like, sub his life, and the other guy's like, I would rather watch my anime than read it. And he's like, that's why you'll never be a real anime fan. And the guy's like, is this enough passion for you? And he throws the fucking chairs around, you know? And it was like, it was really funny. It made me laugh. Yeah, I actually have two Big Daddies, Data Hermit, because of that shit. No, I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to keep drawing out as long as I can, you know? It's all that view time.
I got the nice chairs, so I don't care.
You don't give a shit.
I got a nice little headrest back here. I'm just gonna take a nap while Neil goes on and on about
Jdog slapped me with his massive package for my birthday. But so get this shit. We leave work about 2:15 p.m. yesterday. This thing comes in. I get a message at 2:30. Hey, there's a package from Right Stuff here, and I'm like, God damn it, we missed it by like 15 minutes.
Demon Souls needs a remake. With live servers.
I have seen Shakugan no Shana. The first season is the only one I need to watch. First season was excellent. I heard the series is fantastic as a whole. But just, like I said, I don't have that much time anymore. It's like trying to watch One Piece or Fairy Tail or Naruto.
Cool story, bro. Can you open it?
So here's my package from Jdog for my birthday. Should we open it?
Let's do it.
Nah, we're going to make them wait.
No, we're going to open it.
You know what I actually forgot? I totally forgot that Horizon Zero Dawn came out in 2017. Yeah. Remember when Kirsten stabbed my collector's edition?
Yeah.
And like we're crying on the floor. That shit was straight fire. Okay, we do have both. Fantastic.
Neo's waifu is that yandere girl, isn't she?
Wait,
what's her name?
But who is Neo's waifu? Oh, Yuno Gasai.
Yeah.
And if it's... Oh, shit! How much additional money will I save on my next transaction? Everybody be like, ramp. Wait! 5%! Oh, fuck! That's barely shipping! You get that fucking shit out of here. Oh, it doesn't even say how much you owe me. Look at this. Look at me. Bitch!
I may go see Infinity War. I can't get my... I'm not sure. Showman sample.
Okay. Shut the fuck up.
Happy birthday.
So I got volume 1 of the manga. Irrelevant title just for the cover. Just kidding. I got volume 1 of Showman Sample, which is about a guy that gets used as a commoner at an elite all-girls school. Kind of as I don't even know how to describe it to you. All I know is it looks frickin' super cute, and I can't wait to check it out.
I've never seen you read a book. So
if I read through this whole thing, will you admit on live stream that I finished volume of manga?
Yes.
Hey, Suzuka.
I don't
10,
believe
11,
you
12. I read every single one of them. Even volume 16, which we never got. It was my favorite series ever. So I got Showman Sample, volume 1. Hey, yeah, right, APK? That's what I'm thinking.
Let me read a page.
Get out of here. No, read the back. That's all you got to read. Read it out loud, too.
Seiken Girls School.
Girls
An elite
School.
boarding academy for girls from only the richest and most prestigious of families. Here the students are raised to be perfect young ladies, cut off from the railroad to preserve their innocence and ensure that they're free from all distractions. This student body has never even met a boy their own age until they abduct Kagurazaka Kimito.
Let me see. Hang on. Show me the name. Show me the name.
Can I read?
Show me the name. Kagurazaka Kimito.
An average high school boy who will teach them about the world beyond the school's ivory gates, whether he likes it or not. I was told that picture wouldn't be used on the cover. You think that logo makes any difference? You've got to give them credit for trying.
Look at the front.
Oh.
God damn it, 420. Seriously?
Sex sells.
Hey, did you read it? No, stop. You're going to spoil it for yourself. I'm going to read every page to you during a live stream while you're trying to concentrate. Yeah. You're just looking for panty shots. That's why you're scrolling.
Hell yeah! What page was that? Now wait a second. I'm gonna bookmark that shit.
Don't show it.
Damn!
Stop! Please, you can't show that. You'll get banned.
I'm not showing it. I'm checking it out.
Ah, Christ.
Now they never show that in the anime.
Of course they don't, because they can't. Actually, they do in some of them. That's why I didn't like some of those. I don't like some of those ecchi ones because it's too much of it. High School DxD season 2 got to be too much for me, too much tit for me, and then even like season 3 started to really pour it on.
Nothing got shown.
So, Showman Sample Volume 1 is the first part. And the second part, which I have been really looking forward to and I'm going to watch when we end the stream, it's Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, which this up here is actually green, but it gets blinked out on the thing. So this is the Blu-ray DVD combo pack from... Who the hell is it even from? From our friends at Funimation. Brand new, just released. Cannot wait to watch this. I've heard fantastic things about Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. And I'm going to make you watch it.
Well, I am willing to watch a single episode to see if I like it.
Oh, boy.
Now, what do you mean Dragon Maid? Like the girl?
Like she shows up and she's a dragon.
Instead of being a squid like Squid Girl, she's a dragon.
Yes.
So they're repackaging the same story, putting a couple bigger titty girls in it, and
wait,
selling
really?
it
Bigger
for
tits?
$50.
That wasn't $50. Dragons at your service.
I just want to know.
Different setting, completely different characters, little bit different premise actually, and not quite as
lame.
Cutesy? Squid Girl was a little almost too cutesy, especially when you look at like the dub group and stuff.
Oh, one serving tail and the other serving serious moe. Oh shit! Extras OVA Valentine's and Hot Springs.
Yeah, Sekirei is actually pretty tame. Compare it to like High School DxD.
Well, happy birthday, Neo!
Thanks! I really love it, dude. This is awesome. I cannot wait to watch this. This is going to be fantastic. I'm super excited for this. Now, we did the unboxing. We talked about the past and kind of where we're at right now. let's talk about moving forward as the channel. Let's talk about what we want to do moving forward, other than, of course, Dark Souls Remaster. A couple games you're looking forward to, Jdog. I have not been watching Darling in the Franxx, but it looks interesting.
Okay, outside of Dark Souls Remaster, I am looking forward to Tomb Raider in September. Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Now, are you going to buy another Tomb Raider game knowing it's going to be probably the same as the other two?
Yeah, because I've liked the first two.
Yeah, they were both pretty damn good.
So I am going to day one it probably. I'll see. But I'm very much looking forward to that. If Last of Us Part 2 comes out, that's on my list.
I'm still trying to finish The Last of Us Remastered. I think I got about a third of the way through, just past the first gas boss thing.
So we'll see.
I do want to play some more of that, but we're just so in with like Dark Souls, God of War, Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
And every time Monster Hunter gets an update, we got to play it for at least 3 days.
Yeah. So those are the two that are really on my list right now. So maybe we will have a drop off towards the back half of the year where I'm going to have some time to actually get through all these games I want to get through right now.
True.
Because holy Christ.
True.
Wow.
What about now? We talked about this. We did a video on this. I think this was back around 300 or 400 subscribers. What did you think about Days Gone getting delayed?
Well, I said it was a good idea because I'm hoping for a great game. Again, I'd rather the game be delayed. Plus, honestly, we have enough stuff in 2018 that I'd like to have something to look forward to in 2019.
Yeah, no shit.
So I don't mind that is delayed. I just want it to be a great experience when it comes out.
Yeah.
Well, Data Hermit, I'm glad that you stopped by here tonight for this live stream. I was seriously wondering where you were and what you were doing. So it's glad to know you're all right. It's glad to have you back on here. So
Yeah, Data Hermit, it was wonderful to have you here tonight. Thank you.
But yeah, so we'll see if 2018 kind of has a letdown or a lull in the middle or the late part of the year, and that'll give us a lot of time to really tidy up the games that we have, which will be nice.
What happens when a drunken promise leads to living with a dragon? That's Miss Kobayashi's new reality when Toru appears in her life. With a maid/dragon in her home, she's experiencing a whole new level of domestic bliss.
I say we go watch an episode. Come on.
I think so too. I think that's what my night setting.
Let's do it.
Well, anyway, I want to thank everybody for joining us for family night tonight. Now, this was fun. This was a good time. I'm glad to have everybody here. Tonight we discussed the past. We discussed building the channel. We discussed, how we're going to be moving forward and the next upgrade for our channel. Of course, we did the unboxing, Showman sample, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Very excited about both of those. Again, thank you so much for the awesome birthday present. That being said, let's look to the future. Monster Hunter World. Of course, you'll be playing more God of War, Dark Souls Remastered, and we're going to be doing
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Last of Us Part 2.
Last of Us Part 2. And we'll be looking forward to a Days Gone in 2019.
Yes. So we'll just see what we kind of end up with. And, hopefully there's some more games in 2018 that we've kind of missed here. But, I'm still waiting for Death's Gambit, if that ever gets released. So.
Yeah. Oh, and what about Eater?
Eater, too, if that gets... that's another Norse-related game. So we're getting a lot of games in the Norse realm, which is cool. I do, for some reason, really like that. And I don't know why. I thought the setting for... Remember Jotun? I thought the setting for that game was just phenomenal. I just thought the gameplay for it was a little shitty.
I struggled with that because I have Jotun on PC and I played through the second boss, the dwarven boss, the big,
yeah.
And I got through that boss and I found no reason to play anymore.
Yeah, I just struggled with the controls and the speed of it, but I really enjoy the actual setting of that game, and it has the apples, the Adun apples in it, so that's why I kind of relate the God of War and some of the stuff.
I mean, it's the same universe,
basically. So it's kind of neat to see that. So
I have Hollow Knight Pig Hunter.
We actually have Hollow Knight too. I mean, and you look at some of the other games I found on Xbox outside of Subnautica, Slime Rancher. And
Jdog, A Quest for All Slimes, Jdog.
Ori and the Blind Forest. I want to play through that still. That's probably the best platform Metroidvania game I've ever played.
You really like that game that much?
I love Ori. Yeah, love it. And then you look at the free games coming out for PlayStation next month. You got Beyond Two Souls, and you have Rayman Legends. And I'm actually really excited for Rayman Legends. That's a great platformer game. I've heard it's phenomenal.
Well, maybe we have to do a little stream for
if it's a platforming game, that's right up my alley. So, I mean, geez, I just cannot play all this. And I still have Mad Max that I'm halfway through. As probably the best PS4 free game I've gotten in my entire PS Plus membership time. So,
good.
Just a lot right now
of
games. And yes, we have Hollow Knight as well. We could play because that game is also very, very good, and the actual atmosphere for that game is phenomenal. So,
yeah.
So, yeah, you guys are going to probably see live streams from us just about every day, I think, of some game. Because, like I said, I could game for 24 hours straight for a month and not be done with everything I want to do.
And I actually want to say this to the plebs, everybody watching right now. If you see something drop, a trailer for a game, a content announcement for Monster Hunter, whatever that is, a trailer for a Monster Hunter launch, update, or something, hit us up in a comment on a video. I see every comment. Send us an email. Moroshi Sama actually emailed us about the Elder Dragons trailer. Otherwise, I probably would have never seen it.
Yeah.
So I owe a lot to Moroshi for that. Actually, really grateful for that. So if you guys see something like that and you guys want us to react to something, or you guys want our thoughts on something...
Bye, APK.
Peace out, APK. If you guys want our thoughts on something, you have got to hit us up with it.
Yep.
You got to hit us up, say, hey, they just announced Tigrex for Monster Hunter World. Can you guys react to that trailer? Hell yeah, we'll react to the trailer. And if it's a brand new monster, maybe don't tell us the monster's name and let us be surprised. Because once I know what the monster is, I'll be like, oh, it's Tigrex, big fucking deal. We know he's coming.
Yeah, I always want to be as surprised as I can. I try to never, if we're going to react to a trailer, I try to never watch it before we react to it.
Well, even like Call of Taroth, we knew it was Call of Taroth, but we didn't know what the hell that was.
Yeah.
And somebody told me, they're doing a Dante crossover in Monster Hunter World. Okay, you just kind of ruined my reaction. Mm-hmm. Don't tell me it's Dante. Say they announced a new crossover. You guys got to go check it out.
Yeah.
Give me a link. Yep. Okay, cool. We will.
Yeah, we like to react to stuff like that. It's fun.
Absolutely. It's tons of fun. And it's always really good for the channel. It helps us build a community.
Yep.
Slime Rancher coming to PS4 in fall. That's a game I'm probably going to pick up.
I recommend it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It
is a fun game. I do have fun. And
it's another one of those games you can't shut off.
I can't fucking shut it off. You just get into that loop, where you just keep going and you feel like you're making progress all the time. So, another great game, although I highly recommend it for anybody here that hasn't played Subnautica yet. One of the very best games.
But maybe play Subnautica on PC.
But probably on PC right now, because on Xbox it really doesn't run very good. Even with the recent update. So, but that's another discussion for another time.
Well, anyway, this was family night.
This was fun.
I like doing stuff like this, and this is something I want us to continue doing. We're going to try to do 1 to 2 of these a month. I know I wanted to have some live Discord tonight, but it kind of looks like we may have missed our opportunity for that. Hey, one way or another, I know Rudy's busy. He's got exams this week, and I don't want to do anything to take him away from that because I know he's got to focus on that too.
Yep.
And probably, the rest of our plebs, the rest of our patrons, they're off doing whatever they're doing. I know Dr. Flame is working.
At work. Yep.
He's at work. So, everybody's kind of going about their selves. But I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us for Family Night tonight. Jdog, thank you for the happy birthday present. I'm so excited about it. We will be doing the birthday live stream tomorrow night in which we will react to my old videos from Dealing the Beast. And I cannot believe we're actually going to do that live. Fuck! That is going to be crazy. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a good time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see each and every one of you right here for live streams, gameplays, reactions, family nights, hangouts, and content like this.
Good night, everyone.
GG, you plebs!